Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to really get into the key insights from different sources, but today we're doing things a bit differently. We're focusing, really zeroing in on just one source. It's titled Excerpts from Digital Maturity, Modernizing Pharma and MedTech Quality by 2026.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's the subtitle that grabbed us. It really sets the tone for our deep dive today. It's the race to digital maturity, why pharma and MedTech must modernize quality by 2026.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's unpack that a little. I mean, that's not just a title, is it? It feels like a real declaration. It implies urgency. It points right at pharma and medtech, and boom, a deadline, 2026.
Yeah, it's quite striking. What's fascinating really is how much they've packed into just that headline. And the document itself, it definitely backs up that urgency. You see digital maturity. And right away, it's not just about like installing some new software. It's hinting at a fundamental change. Then there's quality. I mean, in pharma and medtech, that's everything, right? An absolute foundation. So changing anything there is, well, it's critical. And yeah, the industries themselves, pharma, medtech, they're heavily regulated. But putting that by 2026 deadline next to the race, that just shouts, this is serious, time sensitive. You have to do this. It frames it as an imperative.
Right. And that's where it gets really interesting for our deep dive today. That's our mission, essentially. To explore what this statement, pulled from the document's findings, truly signifies, like why these specific industries and why such a hard deadline, 2026, for something as vital as quality systems. What does this digital maturity actually look like on the ground, according to this report?
Okay, so the report calls it a race. That's pretty strong language. What's actually, fueling this sprint? Why 2026? Is it market stuff, regulators, or something else?
Well, the document's pretty clear on that. It points to basically three main drivers pushing this. First up, you've got the evolving global regulatory landscapes. Think FDA, EMA, agencies like that. They're pushing harder for things like better data integrity, tracking products end to end, and moving towards quality by design. So building quality in from the start, not just testing at the end. These aren't just suggestions anymore. New guidelines are basically making robust digital quality systems essential for compliance.
Okay, so regulators are turning up the heat. Makes sense. What else? Second is competitive pressure, definitely. You have newer companies, startups, nimble biotechs using advanced analytics, even AI right from the get-go. This lets them speed up development, manufacturing, all with quality built in. So the bigger traditional players, they risk getting left behind if they can't match that speed and agility.
Right, keeping up with the competition. And the third driver?
The third one is simply the cost and inefficiency of the old ways. Legacy systems, paper-based processes, data stuck in silos. It's incredibly expensive to maintain. The report actually cites figures suggesting companies might be spending like up to 40% of their quality budget just on manual work and fixing errors.
40%? Wow.
Yeah. It's just not sustainable long term.
Okay, that paints a clear picture. It's not optional anymore. It's really about survival, isn't it? So when the document talks about digital maturity for quality systems, what does that actually mean in practice? What are the specific things companies need to build by 2026? It's got to be more than just, getting rid of paper files.
Oh, absolutely. It's way beyond just digitizing paper. The report really lays out kind of comprehensive transformation built on four main pillars for quality. The first pillar is real-time data analytics and continuous process monitoring. So imagine shifting from testing a batch after it's made to actually monitoring the process live and predicting potential issues during manufacturing.
Okay, seeing problems before they happen.
Exactly. And that links to the second pillar, AI-driven predictive quality. Using machine learning to spot potential deviations, maybe predict failures, even before they occur. Think about preventing recalls. Huge cost saver, massive safety benefit.
AI for predicting quality issues. Okay, what's pillar 3?
Pillar 3 is about automated compliance reporting and audit readiness.
Yeah.
Basically streamlining how companies report to regulators, making audits smoother, almost like plug and play, instead of this huge disruptive event.
Making life easier with the regulators. Got it. And the last one?
And the fourth pillar is supply chain traceability, often using technologies like blockchain, potentially. This is about ensuring the integrity, the authenticity of everything from the raw ingredients right through to the patient.
Yeah.
Super crucial for safety and also for fighting counterfeit drugs.
Mm.
It's quite a lead, isn't it?
Yeah.
Moving from mostly reactive quality control to truly proactive quality assurance. A very different mindset.
Wow, yeah, that's a massive shift. It sounds incredibly complex, especially for big companies with lots of old systems already in place, like turning a supertanker, as they say. What does the document highlight as the main hurdles, the implicit challenges companies are running into in this race? Because it can't just be about buying the latest software, right?
You hit the nail on the head there. It's definitely not just about the tech. The report goes into several big hurdles. And maybe surprisingly, the tech itself often isn't seen as the number one barrier. The biggest obstacle, the one cited most often, is actually organizational inertia and culture.
Ah, the people factor.
Exactly. Getting people to shift their mindset, moving away from those traditional, often paper-heavy, risk-averse ways of doing things towards embracing dynamic, data-driven processes. That takes serious change management. It needs real buy-in from the very top, the C-suite.
Culture change is always tough. What other roadblocks does it mention?
Another major one is data silos. Different systems in different departments that just don't communicate. Makes it impossible to get that complete holistic picture of quality across the board. The report really stresses the need for integrated data platforms, data lakes, that kind of thing.
Breaking down those internal walls, yeah.
And then there's a validation burden. This is huge in regulated industries like pharma and medtech. Every time you change a system, even a small software update, it needs rigorous validation to prove it works correctly and meets regulations. That's incredibly time-consuming, very expensive.
Right, the paperwork for the paperwork.
Sorta, yeah.
Yeah.
The document suggests looking at newer approaches like continuous validation methodologies to try and speed that up without compromising safety.
Okay, so it's culture, data integration, and validation processes that are the big sticking points. So, wrapping this up, what does this all really mean for you, the listener? Our deep dive into this single powerful statement and the report behind it. It really throws a spotlight on a huge challenge, doesn't it? A pressing, non-negotiable, and definitely time-sensitive challenge facing pharmaceutical and medical technology companies. It's not just presented as a good idea. It's framed as this vital race they have to win by 2026 with some clear paths outlined towards that digital maturity.
Yeah, and if you sort of connect the dots to the bigger picture, that explicit mention of 2026 as a deadline for digital maturity in quality, specifically for pharma and medtech. It strongly suggests some profound shifts are happening right now, or they're, just about to happen. This isn't just tinkering around the edges with new software. It's about fundamentally changing how quality is managed and assured in these absolutely critical industries, which I think raises a really important question for you, the listener, to think about. Given how big these changes are, what do you see as the single greatest risk for a company if it fails to reach this digital maturity by 2026? And maybe on the flip side, what's the biggest potential opportunity for the companies that actually succeed in this race?
That's definitely something to chew on. A huge transformation underway, and as the report emphasizes, the clock is very much ticking for these vital sectors. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.